Yo, 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 yo. What's up, y'all? This Power Plays Palace, man. We back again. Back again on a Tuesday because the market won't open on Monday. So let's get down to it real quick, man. Let's jump right into it. All right, so on Friday, we was looking for a breakout longer. The spot was able to hold above 746.63. And you were looking for an entry around 746.80, 747.60 with a stop below 745. Targets being 749.20, 751, and 755. Um, on the other side, we were looking for a rejection shortened at 746.20 to 746.63. Entry 746.20, 747 on that if it stalled out. We're gonna put our stop above 748.50. Targets being 744.90, 743.60, and 741.80. And those will be the targets. And so what we're gonna be doing is let's look at the chart. All right. So spot opened up Friday here at 746.20 actually. It made a brief move up. All right, well, it topped off at 748, and then it rejected there, and it came all the way back down to 744. From 744, it came back and retested 748, but then it started to consolidate, go sideways a little brief pullback, grab some liquidity, and there you go. We pushed up and we got back into the 748 range, but we stopped at 748.92. So that's a rejection and a stall. And then from there, we pushed all the way back down to 744, where we closed the end of the day right at 745.60. So let's look back at the chart. So what we should have been able to see is that initially we did come in and we came up, but we didn't reach the 749 mark. But we did get a stall out. Now the stall was at 748, but it did stall out. And so you set your stop there. You could have still came down and played to the 744.90 area. So that's was the area for the spot on Friday. And so that's what we were looking at. I wouldn't say that's a great day to touch out the levels on the chart, but it was some good move because that's a $4 move from that 748 area down to that 744. So that was a pretty good day. So let's look at the chart for today. All right, so what we'll be looking at now is a breakout long above 751.67 and with an entry around 751.80 to 752.60. We're gonna set our stop below 749.80 and we're gonna target 754.20, 757 and 760. On the other side, we'll be looking for a rejection shortened to 751.20, 751.67. Entry 751.20, 752 on this stall with our stop above 753.80. Our target's gonna be 749.80, 748.92, and 747.20. And I know them numbers higher than the numbers from Friday, so let's look at why though. So this morning, after spot continued to go down overnight on Friday, it bottomed out and closed at 743.80. That's the overnight area. But this morning when it opened up, spot opened up at 749.73. So what we have is what, like a $5 jump? Yeah. And then it worked its way all the way up to 751.67 so far this morning. So there's a lot of momentum. Right now, there's a nice gap. We try to mark these gaps, and I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna make this right. That's the gap, and right now that's the pre-market low. It's the current gap opening, so we'll leave that right there. But that's the gap. If SPY starts to pull back and breaks into this gap, then me personally, I'm gonna expect it to get into this area. So that's if the momentum don't keep pushing up. But if that happens, that's what I'll probably be looking at. But that's why on the chart you have that gap up. It was a gap up this morning, about $7. So we want to be very careful with that, and we're gonna see what happens with the SPY. But that's our trade plan on the SPY. As you can see, we have um, we have really gapped up this morning. That's a nice gap. And then after it gapped up, it ran up all the way to 751.90. So, all in all, that's like an $8 gap total when you look at it all, as one big thing. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens today. But if it gets into that gap, most times, man, it just closes the gap, and but once it closes those gaps, a lot of times what it does from there, it starts to work its way back up. So it should be a lot of movement in the market today. So we'll see what happens. And in the meantime, what we're gonna do, and we're gonna have a little fun with it, and then we're gonna see what we can do with all this stuff going on. And then from there, we're gonna try to make the best trade possible. But that's our trade plan for today. As you can see, there's a huge gap. Be careful playing that gap. And if it gets there, man, that'll be a nice move from where it is now. So let's see what happens. But that's our trade plan for today. This is your boy, man. Power Plays Palace, man. We at it. We gonna get it in, and we out, man. Let's do it, man. Now, stay disciplined. Do not overtrade. This is not financial news. This is just ideas from a person who trade every day. So you have a good day, man, and we'll move on from there.